Hey y'all, welcome to a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday on Uncle Bubba's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. Alright, so I have got a bunch of beers to review for the next few weeks. And I made a trip to Murfreesboro and I've spent about $250 on different kinds of beer. Well, I was running low, I didn't have anything to review, so I went ahead and just went all out and bought a bunch of stuff. And then after I did, I got a bunch of gift beers from folks. And that's one I've got today is a gift beer. All right, so my son visited me from the Navy. He's stationed in San Diego on USS Abraham Lincoln. And usually I like to do a review with him when he's here, but he doesn't really like beer. So, and time constraints, having to see everybody, we just didn't get a chance to do it this time. However, him and his fiance bought me a box of beer. I think the box is called A World of Beer, and it's 9 different beers. And one of them was a beer that I've done before. However, I have never had it in a can. And that is Moosehead Canadian Lager. I've had Moosehead before, but I've always had it in a bottle. I've never had it out of a can. Let's see. Well, can't make anything out of the date. It's the date. I don't understand the date code, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We're gonna drink it anyway. This Moosehead, I have never seen it in a can. Actually, I've seen it in bottles all over the place, but I've never seen it in a can, and I've never had it out of a can. So I thought, well, let's just do this one. So this is a gift beer from my son Caleb and his fiancee Danny when they were visiting here. Moosehead Canadian Lager. It's a 5% ABV. It says this Canadian lager is dedicated to those who have the courage to turn obstacles into opportunities and the passion that makes a hard day's work so rewarding. Government warning, all that kind of good garbage. This is brewed by Moosehead Breweries Limited in St. John, Canada. It's union made and it's imported by United States Beverage LLC, Stamford, Connecticut. Now, thought this was interesting because it's brewed by Moosehead Breweries. They're in St. John, Canada. Well, last week, I think it was, I did another gift beer. It come out of the same box. And it was a Zinhu, which claims to be a Brazilian brew. And it's brewed, the brewery, it wasn't Moosehead Breweries, it said some kind of Brazil brewery, but it said it was brewed in St. John, Canada. So that makes me wonder, does Moosehead have a portion of the Zinhu where they brew that at their location there in St. John, or is it another standalone brewery there in St. John, Canada? I don't know. I may have to research and find out, but I just thought that was interesting. Both of them brewed there in the same place. Anyway, not that it makes any difference. So let's try this Moosehead Canadian Lager out of a can today on a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Now, I've enjoyed the Mooseheads I've had out of a bottle, and they are in a green bottle. Boy, that is a pretty bright beer. Look at that. Man, that is beautiful. It's got a little bit of a head on it, which is cool. I like more beer with a head. But man, just a beautiful transparent gold. And the color looks pretty similar this time for a change. A lot of times on the camera, I don't know why y'all, but the beer looks darker on the camera than it does here. They look pretty even today. Isn't that just a pretty gold brew? Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful gold brew. Let's get a whiff of the head. Absolutely no aroma at all. I'm not getting anything at all out of the aroma. Let's taste of it and see. Now the head is thick, and it has a slight beer flavor, but that's about it. Not a whole lot of flavor in the head either. Just a slight beer type flavor in the head. Alright, so just out of curiosity, I'm going to swish the can. There's a little bit left in here. I'm going to see if it clouds it up any at all, because it's just beautiful and bright right now. Just a pretty gold color. Nice and bright, transparent. Let's see what happens. Still nice and bright. No haze, no turbidity, nothing. Beautiful gold beer. Man, look at that head just lingering in there. I love that. The way that head's lingering there. Moosehead Canadian Lager. They were established in 1867. That's what it says on the can here. Moosehead Breweries. Alright. So, that's a pretty beer. Man, that's beautiful. And even though the head don't have a whole lot of flavor, it's a thick head on it, and it's just lingering. You can see it lacing on the glass. Lingering head there. Alright, so this Moosehead Lager, out of Moosehead Canadian Lager at 5% ABV, out of St. John, Canada, is for all American workers. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for the hard work that you do to provide for yourselves and your families and pay your own damn way, just like I do. Cheers, brothers and sisters. That is delicious. It's easy, smooth. Now, y'all saw how thick the head was. The beer itself has hardly any carbonation in it now. And of course, that's my fault because I poured it so hard. But even though it does not have a whole lot of carbonation at all, it does not affect the flavor of it. It's still delicious, smooth, and easy to drink. It has, to me, it seems like it's got just a little more flavor than your typical domestic American beer. Heavy is not the right word, because it's not heavy at all. It's not light either. It's kind of, middle of the road, I guess, but the flavor of it seems to hold a little more than your typical beer, to me. Comparing this one to, say, a Coors or a, something, a Bud or a Miller or something like that, it would be interesting to try a taste challenge between Moosehead and one of those other beers. Because just off the top of my head, tasting of it now, it's just freaking delicious. I mean, I drank more than half of it in the first sip. It's really good. Score-wise, I'm going to score it an A because it's easy, smooth, and it's delicious. 5% ABV. I'm going to leave it at that. So, if you've never tried a Moosehead, give it a shot if you ain't never. This is the first time I've ever tried it out of a can. I've actually got a bottle. Let's see, where right here. Y'all can't see it. It's too far up. You can't see it in the camera. It's up above you. Whatever, dadgummit. Anyway, there's the bottle. Green bottle. I don't know. It's been several years since I've done that one. Anyway, y'all, that's been a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday this week. I'll be back tomorrow for a Tennessee Thirsty Thursday. Love and appreciate y'all. Y'all stay tuned. Take care. Cheers.